The Boys and Girls Clubs of Harford and Cecil counties are a nonprofit organization that enables and instills our youth to reach their full potential by being caring and responsible citizens. Join us in the next 30 minutes as we meet the future leaders and mentors of the clubs. I'm Christy Breslin, and this is Harford MagaScene. I'm so happy to be joined with my friend Derek DeWitt. He is the executive director of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Harford and Cecil counties. I've gotten to work with him for many years, and so much has changed with the clubs. So much has happened and so much to look forward to in the future. And Derek is here to tell us all about it. Hi, Derek.
Hi, Christy.
Derek, it has been a while since we last talked. And wow, you have been at the Boys and Girls Club, I believe, for 21 years?
This is my 21st year with Boys and Girls Clubs here in Harford and Cecil counties.
That's incredible. So 21 years, and then you moved over to executive director. So tell me about that.
Yeah, they ran out of people to put in charge, so eventually it was next man up. Started with the organization after college. Oddly enough, I went to college to try to learn how to form a nonprofit organization that does what Boys and Girls Clubs do. I just wasn't aware the Boys and Girls Clubs already existed. So happily, when I learned the mission, it was an immediate fit. I've been extraordinarily fortunate to be able to continue to contribute to that mission for the last many years.
Now, it used to be the Boys and Girls Clubs of Harford County and the Boys and Girls Club of Cecil County. So when did the clubs merge and why?
Yeah, so I'll go a little bit further back. So the Boys and Girls Clubs of Harford County, this is not the first time we've been asked to support a sister organization in the state of Maryland. The clubs out in Westminster needed some help a few years ago. We entered a management agreement with them until they got back to on their feet with leadership and sustainability. They're doing phenomenal out there now. The Metro Baltimore Boys and Girls Clubs was in a similar situation, and we assisted them in stabilizing. So when the national organization came to us and said that the Cecil County clubs were in need of some support, it was a no-brainer for us. We knew how to support, and we did exactly that. After a couple of years in a management agreement, it became really obvious to the leadership of both organizations that the best thing to do for our kids in both counties was to merge organizations and to share resources.
Well, Derek, the amount of youth that you serve is unbelievable. Can you tell me about the numbers?
So on average, our organization serves about 4,000 kids per year. And that has grown. Back in 2020, we actually continue to expand our footprint. We now have clubs in both Kent and Queen Anne's counties. So we continue to serve more, and that is essentially the mission. And our leadership, our board, has always seen that as an opportunity. If there's kids that need us, we're going to find a way to serve them.
Now, the clubs really strive to prepare the kids for adulthood by being responsible, caring, and kind. So how does the club help them instill these values moving forward?
So a Boys and Girls Club career starts when a kid starts coming to a club. They could be 6, 7, 8 years old, and they need a place to be because mom, dad, grandma, caregiver needs a place for them to be in that out of school time. Those kids are going to grow up in the Boys and Girls Club, right? And just like any family, any home that you grow up in, that is going to impact you. It's going to build you as a person, build your character, build you as a decision maker, build you as a leader amongst your peers. So inherently, Boys and Girls Club builds good character directly into kids. But past that, we have national evidence-based programs that have been developed over 165 years now by national Boys and Girls Clubs that really drive down and give us expertise in youth development and how to develop the best possible people that are going to come and contribute to their communities, going to contribute to their families and contribute to even a local economy.
Well, let me ask you this, Derek. The Boys and Girls Clubs, who is eligible and what age ranges do you serve?
So if you are 6 through 18, if you are enrolled in school, whether it be private, public, homeschool, what have you, you're eligible. That's it. The eligibility is, are you a kid? That's basically
Okay,
your
it's
ticket in.
easy.
Yeah,
I think a lot of them meet that standard.
absolutely.
Now, the clubs offer a lot of programs around leadership, character sports, education, and career development. So tell us about some of those programs that focus more on those aspects.
Yeah, well, we recognize that kids in an after-school setting are kids, right? And so they need all elements of youth development, whether that be engagement in athletic or recreation activities like our triple play programs. If it's our Smart Girls or Passport to Manhood, our Keystone or Torch clubs, which are service clubs. There are elements of every aspect of what a child needs in their development that is attached to evidence-based programming at a Boys and Girls Club. Everything from STEM and arts, performing arts, just basic character development programming that has high yield results in every area of a club. So we are all together serving the whole child on a daily basis with every kid that walks through our door.
Now, Derek, with so much happening at the clubs, is there a cost to join them?
There is. We're super bad at collecting it, though. So we do have an annual membership fee of $100. And to be honest, it's there for the purposes of having skin in the game from a family.
Right.
We found that if we give it away for absolute free, there isn't a value added to the relationship. So it is $100 for an entire year. That's everyday after-school programming, hot meals, all of your youth development programs with our world-class youth development professionals for $100. And if someone cannot pay or we are delinquent in tracking down $100, it's not going to impact our bottom line, which is substantial for what we do. But the purpose of us keeping our fees as low as possible is simple. We don't want to create a barrier of any kind for membership.
Derek, thank you so much. Great to see you as always, and your leadership speaks for itself.
Thank you.
Now, the clubs have had so many accomplishments over the years. We're going to talk about some of the accomplishments and, of course, what can we expect to see from them in the future. Stay with us. Katina McCall is the director of traditional clubs here at the Boys and Girls Club. So there's tons of programs, tons of things to do, but there is a difference between the regular clubs and the traditional clubs. So of course, we're going to find out more about that. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, Katina, we said traditional clubs. What is the difference between the regular clubs and the traditional clubs?
A traditional club is one of our self-standing clubs. So we have 4 of those, which are our Havre de Grace, Aberdeen, Bel Air, and our Edgewood clubs. And then we have 2 other sites, which is our Charlestown site, which is in Cecil County, and then we have our Old Post sites, which is actually a Century 21 program, but we consider that a club.
Wow, okay, that's a lot of clubs.
Yes.
Now, what would you say are the current challenges that the clubs are facing?
I am going to say the current challenges that we face right now is just getting more involvement. Just kind of getting our parents more involved. And I don't want to really say that it's a challenge, actually. I think just getting more interest with our parents, coming in and being more involved in the clubs and being more involved in the programming and things that we offer.
Now, what are some of the ways that the parents could get more involved?
They can come as volunteers. We would love to have them as volunteers. They can come in when we do special events. We do family engagement nights where parents can come and be engaged and involved in some of the programs and some of the things that we offer to our kids. And also during our summer program, we'd love to have them come and just see what we do in the clubs. At any time, our parents can come and visit the clubs and see what they can do to be involved.
So many accomplishments have been achieved. Endless accomplishments. So can you tell us about some of your recent successes?
Some of our recent successes. For instance, the growth of our organization, we've expanded into 2 new counties. And so just the growth of our organization as a whole, I would say, is a great accomplishment because we're able to serve more kids with those sites.
Well, I think it's fair to say the growth has been rapid, hasn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the club seems to always be out and about, always doing things for our community. So what kind of events do we have to look forward to, or what kind of events are held throughout the year?
Well, right now we are going to be hosting in 2 counties our Vi Ripken Golf Tournament because these are the counties that support us, and so we want to be able to offer some things where others can come and kind of be involved in us. And also our teen nights. We have teen nights at our clubs where other teens can come and be involved, and we use them as recruitment tools as well to be able to see what our teens can come and do and to be involved in the clubs. And most of the time they work. So,
What would you say are some of the most popular programs?
we have quite a few. I'm going to say for one is our All-Stars program. Our All-Stars program is one of our athletic programs where now the clubs right now are in competition with each other. So they're playing basketball. So we kind of started with the March Madness kind of thing. So now between the clubs now we have this competition going on with the All-Star program where they're going to each club, playing each other. Of course, you know, the club that wins has bragging rights. So.
Oh, of course,
Yes,
and that's
absolutely.
very important.
Absolutely.
Now, talk about some of the partnerships that you have with the community. It seems like the community is always behind you.
Absolutely. We really partner with the schools, and I think that partnership is one of the most important because we have an opportunity to not just be involved with them here at the club, but we also are involved with them in school. We want to make sure that academically that our kids are successful. We want to make sure that they are good character and leadership. We also want to make sure that, you know, the kids are well-rounded. You know, part of our motto is to have, you know, to make sure that our kids are productive, caring, and responsible citizens. And what better way to do that than to partner with the school system?
Oh, absolutely. And we've had some amazing people come through the clubs. I mean, we got Michael Phelps,
Absolutely.
Derek DeWitt.
Yes, absolutely. Denzel Washington, how about that one?
That's right, Denzel
Absolutely.
Washington.
Yes.
So, I mean, the achievements speak for themselves, but
Yes.
thank you, and thank you to everybody here that has made this club the wonderful success that it is.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
You talked about some of the programs that center around all of the clubs, but there's a big teen program too.
There's a very big teen program that we have here at the Boys and Girls Clubs. It's our Up Next program, which is our teen initiative.
Well, speaking of teen initiatives, we are going to speak more about that next and find out how you can get involved and what it entails. Stay with us. Gary McGraw is the Teen Initiatives Manager here at the Edgewood Boys and Girls Club, and I'm so excited to see you, Gary. Gary has told me that he's been with the club for many years. He was a kid at the club, and now he works at the club. Gary, thanks so much for being with us.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Now, Gary, you were a member of the Boys and Girls Clubs, and now you work here.
Yeah, so I've been a member at the club for probably around 5 or 6 years, and I've been working for the Boys and Girls Club for around 5 years also. So it's been a fantastic experience growing up with the Boys and Girls Club and being a club member also. Really helps cultivate the club experience.
In all the years that you were a member at the club, what was your favorite part?
So my favorite part about being a member was playing kickball every day. That was something I was very passionate about. I'm still passionate about as a staff. I make all my kids play it still. We get very competitive. I showed up every time my branch manager told me it was time to play kickball. And also being able to just, be able to have a social environment and a safe environment to be in was amazing. I was fresh to Harford County, so I didn't really have any friends. So Boys and Girls Club was one of the first places I made friends at also.
Well, the tides have really turned. You went from a member to the Teen Initiatives Manager.
So I oversee the program aspect of team programming for both Harford, Cecil, and all their other extended counties to help build, a robust team program for the Boys and Girls Club. Offered so many opportunities to bring back into our county for the teenagers that we serve.
It just seems like there's so many members here because when I walked in, this club was bustling.
Yeah. So we service every age from 6 to 18. So you may come in here now, you're going to see our elementary school kids, and a little bit you'll see middle school, and then you're going to go in the gym and you're going to see all of our high school kids. So we serve every single schools in our areas.
Now, what kind of programs are offered specifically for teens here at the Boys and Girls Clubs? Can you touch on some of them?
Of course. So we have programs dedicated for not only our elementary school kids, but our teenagers also. Our programs like our Passport to Manhood programs and our Smart Girls programs, which are dedicated for girls in our club to have a safe environment and talk about well-being and mental health awareness. And we also have leadership programs and opportunities for our teenagers through what we call our Keystone and Tours clubs, where they get the opportunity to be leaders in our club and have a voice in the decisions that we make for them.
From your vantage point, how did the club change you? What did you take away from it?
I always say nobody can run a club better than a club kid. You go through so many experiences, meeting different people, seeing different opportunities, I always think about how much fun I wanted to have as a club kid. So how can me as a manager bring that opportunity and that fun to the kids that I serve?
From your vantage point, how did being a member of the Boys and Girls Clubs change your point of view? How did it help you when you grew into adulthood?
Yeah, it taught me so many different things from financial literacy, workforce readiness, how to build safe and positive relationships and maintain them, and being able to act in the moment. We were taught so many different ways of service in our community, how to serve our community, and what to participate in to build a culture for anyone around us.
Now, every year, one youth who has made outstanding contributions and achievements to the club is honored with the prestigious Youth of the Year award.
Yeah, so our Youth of the Year program is one of our robust efforts to kind of build the leaders of our community, the leaders of our state, and essentially the leaders of America. They get the opportunity to participate in a very extensive application process. They go through interviews, they go through applications, they get to talk about their club experience, and then they get to compete on a club level against all the other clubs, and we determine who is our Youth of the Year, and then they get to go to states against all the clubs in Maryland, and then they keep going all the way up to the National Boys and Girls Club program.
Well, the competition for the Youth of the Year is just amazing. So many candidates, and it looks like a very lengthy process. So tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so all of our managers, all of our club sites, we nominate a Youth of the Year, and then they all compete here. They go through interviews, they have essays that are evaluated by judges, and then they have a final 3-minute speech, and they're not allowed to go over that time. They have a 3-minute speech that they have to remember by heart, and they have to say their speech and how, their commitment to their community, how it'll impact the future youth in the club, and then we select from there.
Wow, well, that's got to be a very tough selection.
Yeah. Luckily, they don't have the staff to choose. We don't get to choose. So,
Gary, thank you so much. It's so great to talk to you and so exciting to see how things have changed and where things are going with the clubs here in Harford County and Cecil County, too.
yeah, thank you so much.
Well, coming up next, we're going to speak to the Youth of the Year, Kyle Harris, to hear all about how he achieved this amazing accomplishment and more about the big celebration. Stay with us. Now, we mentioned Youth of the Year. This is not an easy task to accomplish. It has a very long list of requirements that need to be met, and Kyle Harris is one of the candidates for Youth of the Year. He's here to talk about the journey and maybe give us an idea of why others should get involved as well. Hi, Kyle.
Hi, how are you doing?
Great, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Kyle, how long have you been involved with the Boys and Girls Clubs?
I've been going to the club for about 5 years now. The club has changed my life in so many ways. It took me on trips that I never would have gone on, like the trip to African American history in Washington, D.C. They gave me my first job as junior staff. I don't know where I would be without the club today.
Why did you decide to compete for the Youth of the Year?
Mr. Gary asked me to compete, but besides that, my compassion for competing. I love to compete.
Tell me a little bit about your journey.
It's a lot of hard work and dedication. I've stayed up late nights reading my speech over and over again. You just gotta show up. It'll pay off in the long run.
What is your speech centered on?
It centers on how the club really changed me and how it built me into the leader I am today.
What's the next step in the process for Youth of the Year?
Next week, I'll be going to states to compete for the State Youth of the Year and hopefully bring it home a title.
Why would you say service to your club and your community is so important?
Service builds community. Good service, you'll have a good community and produce good people.
And families are a big part of the clubs. Talk about the family aspect.
This club has gave me a second family, and I couldn't wish for anything more.
What is the best part about being involved and specifically working with the teens?
Probably the people and the memories and the friendships I built here.
Well, talk about working with the staff, because I know that you have a really strong connection with them. What's it like to work with them?
Working with the staff, they've guided me and made me the leader I am today.
What would you say to a younger member that is thinking of competing for Youth of the Year?
Be ready. Be ready for the hard work, because it'll all pay out in the end.
What would you like to do with your future? Where do you see yourself?
Be very successful in life and give back to my community.
Kyle, thank you so much. Congratulations, and I can't wait to see where you land in the next couple of years.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we heard from the Youth of the Year himself, and as Kyle has told you, the club really helped shape his life and his values, and he has so much to look forward to in the future, and a lot of it is thanks to being involved with the Boys and Girls Clubs. So we're going to talk to a couple of the members and hear what they have to say.
Hi, my name is Grayson, and I'm 10. And there's many things I like about Boys and Girls Club, but let's just start with a few things. So the one thing I like about Boys and Girls Club is because they're funny, and I think they have amazing stuff for us to do. They have amazing tasks. They all love us.
Hi, I'm Kaylee, and I'm 12 years old, and things I love most about the Boys and Girls Club is that it's a fun, safe community for all kids here, and they make sure that all kids have the things they need, and also they make sure all kids are having fun, and it's a calm, safe community for kids that need it.
My name is Ellie, and the things I love about the Boys and Girls Club are playing basketball with my friends and just hanging out after school.
Hello, I'm Jalen, I'm 14. Things that I love about my Boys and Girls Club is that it's a beautiful community. I love playing basketball, and they have amazing staff here.
Hi, my name is Scarlett. Hi, my name is Nolan, and we are best friends. And these are the things that we like about our Boys and Girls Club. Something that I like about Boys and Girls Club is that sometimes we go to different centers and when we go to different places, it's really fun. What I like about our Boys and Girls Club is that they take such good care of us. They have food and so they don't starve us or anything, and it's very awesome about that because they're very caring. Hi, my name is Tyler. I'm 8, and what I love about the Boys and Girls Club is that the staff always try to make us have fun.
Hello, my name is Magnolia. I am 8 years old, and the things I love about Boys and Girls Club is that the staff are very funny and act a little bit childish, so it makes me feel very mature.
Hi, my name is Jordan. I'm 9 years old. A few things I love about here in the club. There is fun things, and they're great staffs, and let us do whatever we want, and everyone and staffs are good too to everyone, and everyone, every grown up let us go outside sometimes, and we have freaks play. That's all. I'm done.
As you've seen today, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Harford and Cecil counties are a place where our youth can go to escape the pressures of the outside life. It's a place to share, to learn, and to grow. If you would like to learn more about them, you can visit their website, volunteer, donate, or get involved. I'm Christy Breslin. See you next month on Harford MagaScene.